5 years ago, Lori, the boys, and I pulled up our roots and moved to Chile. Let me tell you, it was really scary. We were looking for an adventure of a lifetime. And what we really wanted was just a peaceful place to call home with kind and gentle neighbors. We wanted to enjoy the life that God gave us, free, simple, safe, and more beautiful than you can ever imagine. Okay, well, today I'm leaving for the United States. I'm going to be spending 20 days up there, almost a total of 30 days with the trip. It takes me 2.5, 3, almost, 2 days to get there, and it'll take me longer than that to get back, but I'm staying at the bus stop here at our little crossroad waiting on a bus that's going to take me to Osorno. I didn't want Lori to drive me anywhere today, just to let her take it easy. Take the bus in Osorno. From Osorno, I'm going to catch a sleeper bus all the way to Santiago tonight, and then and then tomorrow evening I'm flying out of Santiago for Mexico City. In Mexico City, from there I go to Dallas, and from Dallas I go to Chicago, and in Chicago I go down to South Carolina. So there's going to be lots of sitting and waiting in line at airports. And anyways, so I'll try to keep you updated. Well, I'm at the bus station now, playing nasty music in the background. Yeah, there's an example. From here, I'm in Osorno. I took a bus here, a little commuter bus. It was packed to the gills like sardines. That was 2,000 pesos, about 40 or $4 and American. And it took me about an hour to get here. So I'm waiting for my bus to Santiago, which leaves from here, which is the ATM. And that cost me about 28,000 pesos, which is about, about $40. And I'm going, it's got a sleeper on it, so I actually lay down, which is nice. And it's a premium seat. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. Be better than being the sardine on a little commuter bus. So. Well, here I am in the airport in Santiago. I got here about 6 in the morning, but nobody sleeps on a bus. You just can't sleep on a moving object as far as I'm concerned. It was my biggest problem with the Navy, is I could never get any sleep on a submarine. Anyways, so I got here about 6 in the morning, 6:50, something like that, 6:10. Today's Tuesday, October 9th, and I am in Mexico City, and it's 6:53 a.m. Getting ready to get out of here and get a flight to Dallas at 8:40 this morning, so about an hour and 40 minutes. And then from Dallas I go catch a flight there. I'll spend 3 or 4 hours, 5 hours something in Dallas, and then I catch a flight from there to Chicago. So you're seeing a very tired me. Okay, some interesting cultural observations. Well, here I am in South Carolina, and I've been here for a week. I'm sorry I didn't show you too much while I was here, but I stayed pretty busy the whole time I was here. And it's a real culture shock coming here from Chile. So I'm going today from South Carolina to Chicago O'Hare, and then from there I'm going to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. My allergies have been killing me since I've been here, because it is different dust and pollen for me here. So I should get to Oklahoma about 3 this evening and this afternoon, and I'll be staying with my son there for about 2 weeks until I come back to Chile. And I find that quite annoying. Everything is fast food and billboards. It's something I don't have in Chile, neither fast food nor billboards. And everybody just seems to be in a hurry to get somewhere, and I don't
I don't know what that's about so much anymore either, although I used to know. So, it's hot here too. It's in the 80s, so, which is, and it's actually cool here right now, but it's been hot here all week, which is a lot hotter than I'm used to, so that's been a real change too. But I had a wonderful stay though with my friends here in Anderson, Eric and Susie and their two little girls. I really enjoyed seeing them. Just really nice to see them, and their family as well. So they had a neat camper that I stayed in. I may put a picture or two up of the outside of it, but that was a nice thing they did for me. I am back in Chile, feeding my pigs. I got in Sunday night, so or Sunday morning, sorry. So I'm back, and this is kind of an interview with myself, so to speak, about what did I think about the United States. Well, some of you may not know, I haven't been to the United States in over 5 years, and in all honesty, it was a real culture shock going back to the United States. In what way? Well, when I'm in the airport, I'm sitting there waiting in Chicago or Mexico City or Dallas or South Carolina, and I see women with their underwear on getting on airplanes. It's a little odd. I mean, you guys don't realize that's their underwear, but having not seen that in so long, it's their underwear. And the tattoo thing kind of took me by surprise as well. And probably the most pervasive thing was the profanity. Every other word out of a North American's mouth that I heard, and just sitting there like at a table in a restaurant, was the F word. Oh, the effing this, effing that, effing. What is the point? Profanity for profanity's sake. Even I saw these women with strollers, and they had little babies and little kids, and every other word out of their mouth was the F word. I don't want to have anything to do with people that find profanity to be the answer to their life's goal. So it was a productive trip. Exhausted from it. It took me 48 hours to get to South Carolina, and then from there I went to Oklahoma to visit my son and meet his girl, and I was real happy to do that. I will say I didn't find anything redeeming, no redeeming qualities in Oklahoma City at all. It was flat, it was boring. The people all seemed pretty annoyed and tired of life, and lots of effing words there as well. And I just wasn't impressed with Oklahoma. The water tasted like pool water with pee in it. I'm not so sure how pee would taste in it, but it's pretty close to it was there. It was just nasty. And I had to go and experience the city life, quote unquote, for my son, who actually lives in the suburbs. He lives in a place called Midwest City, Oklahoma City. Don't move there. They put a notice on his door, and it said you have 10 days to cut the limbs that are 13 feet high on your tree that lean over the road, which I don't know why that would be a problem for anybody, first of all, and second of all, I don't know why, if you're paying taxes, which my son tends to pay pretty heavy taxes on his property to live in Midwest City, that the city doesn't have tree people that come through and do that. Okay, well, nonetheless, it's either you cut these limbs off your tree, they're going to come put you in jail. So I helped Jimmy cut the limbs down off of his tree, and we can't burn them. Okay, well, let's just put them to the curb. The city will come pick them up. Yeah, they charge you $90 an hour to do that. As a minimum. It's $90 up straight, and then every hour that's $90. Well, what are you paying taxes for? I guess to get annoyed. I don't know. An interesting place that I want to bring y'all to see, part of my interviewing myself. This is our laurel tree, and most of these buds are open already, but they smell like orange blossoms. This is a laurel tree, and actually I smoke my pork with this and my bacon. It's really nice. So it's a beautiful tree, and my honeybees love it too. What did I think about
about the attitudes of people that I saw in the U.S., that I met with, because I went back and I saw some of my friends that I'd known there from church, and stayed with some friends as well. Wonderful people, all of them very nice. I would say an overall atmosphere of the people that I saw there was that they were scared. Some of them were, well, all of them were pretty upset with the status of the country, the social atmosphere of the country, and how people are treated and treat each other, and the whole general feel of being more imprisoned in the United States in some regard, and the government is just overreaching, and which I got. Oh, by the way, I got pat down 4 times on the way up to the United States, and 2 or 3 times on the way back, X-rayed. The only thing they didn't do is anal and rectal check on me. So, but I'll probably get it next time I go. But I got the rigmarole for it. But there's kind of a feeling on some people's part that maybe I should have stayed and fought in the United States. You know, fought for the social justice of, you know, my point of view, the right, the conservative, not Republican, because they're neither. But just the values that have always been the North American, United States values. Well, I met my friends, and a lot of them are the exact same foundation and that I am in those regards socially, and their feelings about the United States. And they're fighting, but how do you fight somebody that's going to take your kids? Seize your money out of your bank account, take your house from you, take your business from you because you won't make a cake for some person that is offended because you don't like the color of their shoes or the smell of their breath, or I don't know. You can make up whatever little thing you want to throw in there. So the general atmosphere I ran into is my friends were scared. They might not voiced it in that regard that they were scared, but the ones that are there, that understand and are aware of what's going on, fish in a fishbowl, if you're swimming and you don't know how do you know what's outside the fishbowl? They're all in the fishbowl. They go to work, they get their paychecks, they continue their lives every day. But they're scared. They're all scared. Either they were very scared and they didn't know what to do because they weren't prepared to move out of the United States, or they were scared and they were ignoring it. The general thing is that, you know, if you're living day to day and you get your paycheck every 2 weeks, and you make your mortgage payment and all that good stuff, and the kids are healthy, that life is grand, nothing else matters other than church. And to a degree, I really can agree with that to a degree. But if you're living in Sodom and Gomorrah and you knew that the fire and brimstone was going to come sooner or later, whether it's holy God coming to seek vengeance on the United States, because I tell you what, the U.S. doesn't have anything on Sodom. The Sodom and Gomorrah is well beat by the U.S. The U.S., you know, has got lots of stupid. You're killing your babies. You've got the homosexual marriage thing. I had this woman sitting next to me on the airplane telling me with her 18-month-old child from some sperm donor, telling me about her wife and how excited she was. I wasn't excited. I scooted over a seat. I wasn't offensive to her. I wasn't mean to her or anything. I just don't hold that perspective that that's marriage, because it's not. So if you're living in Sodom and Gomorrah and you see the clouds coming in and say, I wonder if that's the fire and brimstone today. Well, I don't know why you would stay there. I live right next door to Paradise. Paradise is just over there, okay? And I don't know why anybody would want to stay in a place where people don't believe as you do, don't think as you do, don't feel as you do, and don't act as you do. You know, and I do agree that there needs to be some, I hate the word diversity, some differences in people's opinions and the way they think politically and socially, and I think that's great. I will fight for everybody's right to disagree with me and for their right to offend me. Feel free to offend me all day long. That's your right. I don't have to listen to you. I don't have to agree with you. I might listen to you. It might open my mind up to some different things. You might listen to me and be open up to different things as well. But anyways, I did not have a good time in the United States because first of all, primary to me is I missed my bride. I didn't want to be away from my wife. It's the first time I've been away from Lori in, what about 10 years, 15 years for that long. I was gone almost 30 days. And that for me was not fun. It wasn't comfortable. I had a hard time just breathing because she's such a part of me and she's so sweet. So absent does make the heart grow fonder, and it was wonderful coming home. It was a honeymoon all over again for us, and I really liked that, and she did too. That's the first thing. The second thing is it's so peaceful and calm here. I was in the U.S. for only about 20, 30 days. I ran into road rage. I ran into people yelling at me, and I was in the grocery store and I came around an aisle and there was a guy coming with the basket. I said, "Oh, excuse me," and he starts cussing me out after I said, "Excuse me." So that sort of just in your face yelling, screaming. People aren't peaceful there. They're not happy, and I don't understand that. I don't want to live like that. It's I can equate. It was very similar to when I was in the military on a submarine, and after about 30 days underwater, everybody became really pissed off at each other because life was miserable. There's nothing you could do about it in that regard because it's hard to open the screen doors on a submarine when you're about 200 feet down. Hey, I'm gonna do a quick update on my solar. While I was away in the United States, Lori oversaw, my construction foreman, Lori, oversaw the installation, reluctantly, of these towers, okay? And basically to give you guys an idea, I bought 30 panels at 330 watts a piece, and I needed somewhere to put them, and I really don't like putting them on the roof of a house. Some people do, and that's fine. I don't. And if I wasn't going to put them on the roof of the house, then you need to be able to follow the sun. So that was my other goal. So what I did is I had a local gringo buddy of mine, Mennonite, build these towers for me. And the towers, they rotate this way and they move this way, tilt that way, so they can follow the sun in the evening, and you have a seasonal change for the sun in the winter being lower on the horizon. So they weren't cheap. I'd probably spend $1,000 a piece on each one, I would say, give or take, plus the concrete and all the work. And if you look down here where Lori's pointing right now, the big square is all concrete beneath that dirt. Some of the dirt's already been thrown in there. And then in the center of that concrete pad is the tower comes up out of it. And this is what you're looking at right here. So I've got to do some things to it. I've got to paint these towers. I'm going to probably paint them just black with an oil-based paint. Clean it up. I want it to rain on a little bit to get the oil and grease and stuff off of it, and then I'm going to paint them up. So this is tower, I don't know, 1 or 2. I don't know what to call it yet. I haven't thought of that. Yes, Thanksgiving is close, and that turkey will be eaten. So the panels are not on it yet, obviously, but this will be a total of 10 panels per tower. So 10 on this one and 10 on the other one over there. And then what I plan on doing is right over here, almost midway between the two towers, is going to go a 20-foot container, and I'm going to put 10 panels on the roof of that too. Those will be stationary, they won't move, but with a 10,000 watt system that I have, I'll be more than safe, I'm pretty sure, as far as that goes. So lots of work to go, more. I got to get my container this week, which is going to be a major brouhaha without getting totally ripped off by the Chileans here, because the people that sell those containers are thieves, and that's been my experience so far. Fortunately, I have a friend that has bought some of those containers recently, the 20-foot containers, and he was able to work some deals out that I'm not. because he doesn't get the gringo price. To give you an idea, a 20-foot container here is about $4,500 would be the conversion. And that's delivery to my site for the container itself, which is going to go over here. They're going to charge me $1,000 just to deliver it. So we're talking about $5,000, between there and $6,000 for a container that costs about $2,700 in the U.S. right now. So anyhow, God bless y'all. I appreciate you coming to my channel and seeing what I'm doing. Anyways, if you didn't like what I had to say, that's fine. That's fine. Please comment, rate, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. I could give a rip, but make a comment and we'll discuss things. I wish you all the best. Ciao from Chile Expat family. Thank you.